Hi guys, welcome back. Jeff Allen off the Gridiron. We'll see you in the woods. Oh, okay, friends. Well, we're back. We've got an exciting video today. I'm really excited. This is a package I just received from Camp Tidy, my friend Sasha at Camp Tidy, and they put together for me a new Twig stove. So I've had it out just now, and it comes with a little thank you card as well. So thank you so much, Sasha. And it was all bundled together. I've just unwrapped it and checked it out, and it's I'll provide the as we go along here the stats for it. But what a beautiful piece! It's stainless, and wow, super solid. This is your this is not necessarily a a canoe camp stove, but it's something that would be great for a kind of a base camp setup. It's a little weighty, but it is a beefy stove, able to carry and boil some of those large pots, like a large kettle. Let's get it together and spark it up. Yeah, it's not too often that I get to do a review of such a cool product, and it comes in. There's four big pieces that form the wall of your container, and it also comes with your base plate inside, and that's the ramp, or the feed ramp for putting the stove together. So let's have a closer look at each of these pieces. I wanted to show how simple it is to put this back together. This has been washed, and you can see, as most stainless, it does take a bit of a stain or a tarnishing. So here's the back. This is the back plate with the little feed ramp insertion hole here. The two sides have the flames on the bottom, and they're identical, so they slide together. Okay, and like that, the next piece is the front, and it's a top down, so it's a little tricky to align all slots simultaneously, but it's not real bad. Very positive connection, and you can see the seams are tight enough. There's not a lot of movement, and then you put your base plate in, and this ramp has these little grooves that click down onto the face, this face plate, and really lock everything together. So you can see the ramp, a little bit of airflow underneath, lots of ventilation, and again, being up off the bottom like this, it does allow lots of ash to accumulate during the course of a burn time. So it goes together very simply. Even after a hot burn, there is no warping, and it still remains solid and ready to go. Okay, as I said, this is a super stove for that kind of canoe camp when you're going with a group of people, cooking large volumes or large containers. For example, here's one of the taller enamel pots. Fits it and supports it great. Just again as a reference, this is the Stanley cook set, and you can see size comparison. Now, it wouldn't take anything to have a grid system on there, and I think that would cook up in no time. Here again is the Stanley French press for size reference, but again, those cross members on there would be ideal. So what we're going to do is process up a little bit of kindling, tinder, and get this started. But you can pick it up, move it, and it's not all flimsy, very hard. It's not going to fold or bend or break in your pack, unlike some of these other inexpensive stoves. But this one is super affordable. I'm not going to quote the price because I know they're always changing depending on the market, but super great pack stove. Certainly I can say well under $100 for sure. But what a great twig stove. Let's get some kindling processed up here and get this roaring. Any of the birch bark trees. Okay, there's different types of bark, different types of birch, yellow birch, and so on. You can pull the most loose fragments off a large tree. Obviously this one, there's not too many of those pieces left over. And that way, by just pulling the loose pieces, you're not damaging the tree. Okay, from there, we can further crumple up and pull some of these fibers apart. So you have the most flammable paper-like pieces left over. My stove is already sitting here ready to receive the flame once we get started. Now that's birch bark. Another example is you can take cedar bark and using the back of your knife, the spine of it, so not to dull the blade, you can pull the bark, and the fibers are going to pull off and form a very fine, almost like hair, and that's great tinder to catch and hold a spark. So with that all together in our little nest, we're going to see if our ferro rod will light that up. Well guys, that didn't take any time at all. That's plenty hot for me, and we're going to let the last few pieces burn out in here. But just while we're doing so, I don't know if you saw this, I was wearing my neck knife, but what it is it's an old vacuum cleaner wand. I'll provide the link up top, but I had this old Roku knife made in Sweden, 9-degree spine, carbon, very much like a Mora, really, and put a handle on there. This handle was made off an old piece of canoe paddle. It's super light, but I wanted something quick and easy for winter time that just dropped in there, allowed it to breathe and not trap any moisture. And I came up with this extra wand. I had this extra wand in the shop, and it works great. It works great as a neck knife. And then anytime it's kind of in your way, you just tuck it in your coat, hands free, and you want it, use it, and it drops back in, and that sound always reminds it's in there securely. All right, time for a coffee. Well guys, thanks for joining us today. We had a little gift in the mail today from Camp Tidy, Sasha at Camp Tidy, and what a great stove, what a great pack stove. Definitely check it out. I'll provide the link below to where you can contact him and get some information on this. But what a great stove. Precision, quality materials and craftsmanship, efficient, and durable. This is a fantastic stove that I'm pleased to include in any kit. It's a little on the heavy side. I don't think I'd recommend it for any through campers or anything like that. But as far as a heavy-duty base camp twig stove, it is awesome. It's my understanding that he may be coming out with various other designs and patterns in the near future, including one that's a little smaller for those exact uses of through camping and some lightweight tripping. But for a twig stove that you need to actually put some fuel in there and walk away, rather than just kind of having to sit there and fiddle with twigs, to be able to put a little bit of fuel in there to boil a liter of water at a time and not just a little cup is really important for families out there trying to get into camping, and where weight is not necessarily an option. Anyways, I'm glad you joined me today. We had a quick look at my kukri and how that's functioning. I'll provide a card up top of that build. That was something I did quite some time ago. That's really come in handy. I talked about my quick improvised knife, neck knife sheath made out of a vacuum cleaner wand. and how I put this, built this knife just to fit it. So until next time, Jeff Allen off the Gridiron. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, please click down below and like and subscribe, and definitely share it with your friends. Until next time, enjoy the outdoors. We'll see you again. Bye for now.